we're so excited about Spirit right now. Whereas Ninja's more of a known quantity, but at the same time, we've got pretty decently high expectations for them as well. Even though Config didn't have a good opening match, these are two teams that both won their opening maps. They can get past them. And Config, we know what he can do as a sub.
Back onto Nuke, of course, exactly where Chopper and Co. started off this shebang. Alexi goes down outdoors, so man advantage still for the defense. Chopper in the ramp room. He can work around, but the bomb's still on Patsy outdoors. So very disjointed at the moment, Team Spirit. Nice gush, that'll keep Rez timid, I think. And if you've got Rez cut off, that's one thing. But there are so many layers to this where Config, thought he could go through lobby back to T-spawn, and Patsy going to keep this one clean, therefore keeping it alive. We talked about Spirit being separated, but now they're back together.
So let's see how they approach this mid-round situation. Looks like the pendulum wrapped back around the outside. And Rez looking to cut this rotation off, which is a nice timing from him to find. Chances here now for both teams, even though Rez is sort of low. But look who's joining him, Brolin, side by side. This is kind of a gamble from the CT side, but it's the absolute correct read.
Rez, that's clean.
Wow.
So clean. Brolin gonna do the exact same thing. Just pop ahead from the side of control stairs. And so I feel like a very back and forth pistol that in the middle of all that, you had no clue where it was going. Nice cleanup here for NiP to try and regain what was earlier today a pretty sloppy start versus MIBR. I think that's one of those matches where everybody's expecting at some point in the play-in for there to be upsets. Not everybody's going to get through their BO1s unscathed. And NiP were one of those teams that started off a little slower than maybe some would have hoped.
Yeah, and MIBR thought they had an opportunity. They said, we felt like we could have won, and that's why it's going to sting, which makes perfect sense. But I would say, by the same token, I don't think any of the teams who are supposed to win, no matter how they won it, maybe they'll be feeling like, oh, we've got a rough start, but at least they got through their game. It's just a 1-0 at the end of the day. This is the match, I think, that means a lot more to them. Someone who's more on their level. Could potentially be the reason they get eliminated in the tournament at some point. Config in the NiP jersey.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Looks good?
Looks good.
Feels good?
Looks good in everything, honestly.
Oof. That didn't feel so good. Oh, Siren's got 2 deegs.
He showed up in a suit.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
Literally.
No, it was Patsy.
Oh, it was Patsy?
It was Patsy, yeah. He said, you know, travel day for some players, you see them when they roll in, everybody's wearing sweatpants, you got your trainers on, but not Patsy. This man suited up for the flight to Katowice. And that's how I knew Spirit were going to win.
I hope he was in business. I hope so.
Not an economy with the slop gurney. Make the most of this one while you can. 2 deeg headshots is nothing to scoff at. But we've got Rez leaning back and taking an angle. Not just staying tucked behind silos. Going to keep them at arm's reach with that promise. Nice clean kills from him. Wonderful's going to channel that deagle for one of his own. So listen, 3 kills versus NiP. That's an excellent round out of such a low buy from Spirit. But reality is they convert.
Yeah, it's always good to watch Rez, how confident he is taking those off angles and knowing to fight out in the open, but he never gets the information too late. He's happy to take a hard fight, and he'll more often than not win it. Now, Spirit are a team, of course, who, in terms of aimers, I mean, just remembering Rio, which is my most vibrant memory of this roster, they were so crazy. I mean, they played against Furia Mirage, I think, that one game, and it felt like they can't lose to anybody. But they can look very human at the same time as looking like human aimbots. See which version we get today.
Ooh, wide swing. Lexi sees it, lays down utility. Couple smokes outside, and Brolin loses that line of sight. What's behind it? Majority of Team Spirit. But Rez looks like he wants to challenge off the flash. Double push. CT's ambitious, opportunistic, and unsuccessful. Could have been something great there. We saw the T's kind of scramble for a second, but it looks like the better weapons come out on top of the gunfights. And so Team Spirit shooting for that T-side round win early.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a bad idea at all. Just too many bodies out there on the T side and decent enough spots. And for the CTs, you're looking for a timing, different day, different week. You maybe get 3 kills and shut it down outside, get cover outside of red. But this time around, of course, wasn't the greatest guns coming into it. So now Spirit just trying to stick the landing. They've got secret control, and Hedrick will make it interesting, actually. This was a 2v4. But this op suddenly starts glowing. Upstairs, an interesting spot. However, they avoid him completely. Where is Alexi?
Hedrick, hearing that movement downstairs, wants to get closer, but he feels this threat nearby. And understandably, Magix doesn't come around the corner, just going to hold this in as the insurance policy, and it looks like NiP willing to just cut their losses, let this one slide by. AK op saved. And Team Spirit, it really did come down to that outdoors crunch. Nice to see that NiP are going to play active. They look for their gunfight. They look to engage. It's just ultimately shut down by the AK-47s.
And they saved their 2 best guns here, so they did throw an MP9 out there, or I think maybe one other worse gun. And it's not the... It could be a lot worse, is what I'm trying to say. So, worth a tactic here with the full buy coming in from Spirit. But Spirit will be just as pleased with themselves. Surviving that with numbers. Well, look at that teamwork. Nobody getting too excited just yet.
Nah, man, it's all business from the get-go. It's going to be nice to see Team Spirit with what should be a bit more of a test. Yes, they looked clean versus Greyhound, but now versus European competition. And Siren wasting no time. I'm not quite sure where Brolin was, whether he was top cut as Siren pushed through or if they just managed to get through that smoke unspotted. But either way, Team Spirit got an anchor downstairs quick.
I think they got him blind, but...
Secret to Alexi B. Ooh, he's gonna get checked. Alexi stuck in the corner, nearly finishing off Chopper. And the 5-7 looks for its intended target. AWP from ramp could go downstairs. Pistol players stuck in lobby with Siren down in vent. It really makes this far too easy for all of the Spirit gang to just push this from Secret. Will rely on Hedrick going above and beyond.
And Hedrick is being a little timid here because it's hard with his op to get into a really good spot. If he had a rifler, he'd probably be at clock right now. But at this point, there's enough utility to shove him out of this spot. He misses his maybe one chance to get a clean one. And I'm thinking we actually don't see a smoke here available for the T side, so maybe open lines for Hedrick.
Still waiting for his chance.
And they aren't committing just yet.
He's got a pistol in front of him. Rez, what? Oh, doesn't clear close left despite Magix having just shot a bullet. So he knew somebody was in there. But bomb gets dropped by Brolin's vent push. Hedrick has still yet to show his hand. Now he's been found out, but that bomb, Brolin still just playing all around it, and they do manage to grab it and head back upstairs.
Oh, how'd they find this gap?
Damn.
Oh my god.
Because Brolin goes over towards control to catch that next kill, they see it as an evacuation plan. Remember, Chopper's low because of Alexi at the start of this round. Hedrick's gonna go up into heaven. Siren solo on site. Mini pressure could draw Siren's attention, but why not just keep looking upwards? You know the timing could still play out perfectly for you, and Chopper is getting ever closer. So close that he manages the headshot last second, right before Hedrick could have had a chance to fight back. And so, nice protocol for Team Spirit. Grab bomb, run A.
Yeah, I don't know how they figured that out. They also, maybe they just didn't have another option. There could have been someone there sitting top vent, but as you said, when Brolin made the push, well, I guess they saw that as just an error from Ninjas. Now, Brolin got his kill, but would it have been better for him to sit there in that position and allow Hedrick to lock down downstairs? Because the reason that they didn't want to go plant B in the first place was because they didn't have a smoke for Hedrick on ramp. And so they felt very insecure. After this Magix frag, you thought maybe we could brute force into it. But again, right here.
Damn.
They do everything to avoid him, and they come back to kill him before the round's over.
Nice timing from Chopper. Very clean indeed. So DJL with a chance to get in on the conversation.
This will be a process of these two teams figuring each other out. Of course, they don't play each other very often. I'm going to actually look when I would think they would have clashed. But we can see the mid rounds blossoming here for Spirit. Some of the opening tactics are good for NiP. But again, still the feeling out process. They've got no head-to-head. I don't know when the last time these two organizations would have ever played against each other. Well, certainly not with these rosters.
Solo AK Brolin sits outside at the moment. Been pretty consistent in that outdoors play. Magix, yeah, he sees him. CT's about to get squeezed and just working with such little firepower, but the P250 does pack a punch. We see some damage come through versus Magix and Wonderful. 5-7 flanker is caught. Chopper doubles bomb back around through hut. So very clean out of Spirit. There were protocols there in case things started to go badly, which they did on Squeaky Door.
Yeah,
double it back, and it's all clean.
Hopeful. They wanted an upstairs hit to come their way. They got what they wanted, but they didn't have the guns to stop them. So entering from Spirit. As Maui brought up, Patsy's statistics as an opener for this team are unreal. We'll see if we'll be off to the races here this year, 2023. This will be the year of Spirit.
Again.
Yeah, that timing will be called, but it's so quick. The CTs are not in position. They haven't started Secret. No one dropped ramp instantly.
There's something.
Great find. Spirit have been pretty clear about when they've taken lower. I mean, even when they're dropping vent, they're making sure they get down there, not getting down there quietly, perfectly.
Head trick,
Wow,
not on the op, but sits back sights.
They're actually only down to a single smoke again. So they can use this smoke right here outside of Squeaky and try to connect it to the back site. Hetrick is a very good angle to take this fight, but the bomb can get planted in the smoke sometimes.
He's got some good angles to work with. Oh,
Uh-oh.
But now they know he's here. Still manages the headshot. It's brought back by Siren. He's crawling ever closer up that ramp. Wonderful, safe plant. Config's not gonna see a thing. T's tucked down beneath him. Wonderful crosses back over towards Dark. Ooh, Config finds the headshot, and now the only portion of this bomb site is Wonderful in the dark corner. Second player back over towards Control. If that Control player catches those kills, then suddenly Wonderful feels a little less pressure in this situation. Config falls down onto the site, smokes off bomb. Rez is looking for this trade frag back on Magix late. It's a tap towards bomb, activates Wonderful. Rez knows where this last person is, and Wonderful's feeling this bit of a panic as weapons get swapped and traded. Woo! But of course, he lands that final shot and gives Spirit number 4.
A real calm from Wonderful, and I think from Rez's POV, it looked like he actually could have got out to the front of ramp. So very well done in the 1v1. Didn't lose his cool after dropping his op. Wanted to try to upgrade as soon as his teammate died. Did just fine. Yes, again, Spirit, excuse me, so powerful in mid-round. Low on smokes in this position. Ramp was left open. It was a problem. Config tried to jump on it, but I think they're confident leaving stuff open. They know when someone's watching things. Let's see from NiP right here. Also, I feel like Hetrick didn't have a good rotation coming in. Like, he was the guy in a good spot, again, to deal with that. Also, Spirit were very loud about the way they went downstairs, taking vent, running across outside, getting killed by Brolin on Patsy, I think it was. And yet still, the only player from NiP to play committed rotation downstairs was Hetrick.
Off the back of that one, Spirit now giving a good chance at a running play. Got pistols in. Siren. Seeking. Ooh, but Config, the Desert Eagle, there you go. Now, not the first round where the pistols from NiP find some impact, but it's about following through. And honestly, Team Spirit have had, I think, really good, emergency plans to deal with a kill or two. They'll try to flush out the backside, and they do so wonderfully.
Wow.
Chopper gonna pick up a couple more. Head trick burned out of the play, and so that fifth one has been added to the tally.
They're really starting to loosen up now, right? Feels like the Mayweather-McGregor fight, where Mayweather's feeling him out.
Yeah, sure.
And we're approaching that round 8, I think. That would make NiP Irish in this situation.
Mm-hmm. And it would make both of them rich.
Yes, that's true.
Patsy shuts it all down. And with that, Team Spirit going to keep on going. So nice to just kind of, I think, tap back into this whole narrative of Team Spirit showing up under the radar, I would say, right? When we're looking at teams who are looking to just get through into the groups.
Everyone knows they're going to be good, but then everyone also doubts it.
Everybody just forgets.
Everyone forgets, and then every single time we're reminded. When I think about a player like Wonderful, I think, man, they just grab some random kid off base it with the same sense as Simple, and they expect him to do the same things, and then he has a fantastic year. It's like they really do have such a surplus of talent that they can draw from and have done a really good job of talent scouting. And also, we talked about Magic's last year to this year. Great LAN performances. And I asked him, he said he doesn't know really what's changed. You know how he is. I'm just playing CS.
Just a humble beast.
Yeah. Watching anime, playing CS. The huge.
I was going to say, every boy's dream. Effortless. Ooh, Config with the secret peek, well-timed, and doesn't get traded. There was 2 more players there alongside Siren. Now, with the bomb. With the bomb. There's nobody trying to cross just yet. Actually, also no utility for Spirit, so very awkward situation to try and get that one back with. They're going to have to use these flashes. And okay, it's frozen. There's a bunch of things going on. Slowly but surely, we'll cast off the player health bars. There we have it. Patsy's all that's remaining now. What did we miss? Looks like Alexi picked up 2 kills with the AWP on the cross. I see corpses shut down outside, so we didn't get to see this inspired NiP hold, but essentially, when you drop bomb and you don't have smokes to bring it back, Alexi feasts with the AWP.
Wow. The tides keep turning back and forth. It felt like Spirit were just about to start to walk away with things and then just put up another good early round situation. So again, if we want to measure them based on how their performances were in the last map, well, we give the edge to Spirit, but could be unrusting for NiP.
No config secret setup this time. Just relying on the smoke spam damage instead. Oh, head trick will find Magics.
Big one. Roland's doing good on getting tags early too, so at least they're getting the information with kills. Oh, well, that's actually, they need to keep Sweeky Smoke to make it seem like he could come back up, but Config also kills Patsy, who was probably tasked with the job of taking down the op that just crossed into lower.
Now, Chopper's looking to jackknife this A site, and we get that transition back up from Config. There could be some killer timing here.
I think they've come back up the vent.
Ooh, nice shot from Wonderful, point blank. Chopper waiting. Oh, the headshot. Down goes Rez. Taken from the top of the hut. Push out from Alexi. It's a 2 versus 1, but it's wonderful in a clutch. And the bomb can be grabbed as Alexi just peels back into heaven, make sure that he doesn't give up the 1v1.
There are interesting options here for Wonderful. I mean, even ramp isn't out of the question, just because of the amount of time left over. And this is the one problem coming back. Squeaky, he does come for the duel, knows it's going to be held, but isn't quick enough. Headtrick will lock that up. So well done from Alexi to get the trade from heaven. But it's been a pretty massive day from Chopper so far. From map 1 to map 2. And again, we talked about with the skill floor of Spirit, everyone else we know is going to be really consistent. If Spirit has Chopper, then the world is kind of theirs.
Config didn't quite have the most amazing map that I think a lot of people were looking for, hoping for, when it came to the opening game for NiP. I feel like that is, you know, just more of the same with Config. Even when we go back to, like, the Blast Abu Dhabi World Finals, where he stood in with Heroic, he was one of the best performing players on Heroic, if not the best for that event. But it still came with, like, 0.85 rating maps, sprinkled in with 1.45 rating maps. You know, it's... He really is a beast in that regard. See if we can tap into the consistencies. See if he can climb that board. Right now, Patsy, with door blown off, has an early angle, decides to try and push out. Good amount of damage. Rez will find the first one. Flash comes out. That was Config flashing through main, blinding his teammate behind the vent, but at least here, Config ready to body block to take the fights for him.
That was awesome. So much help here from NiP. And I think they spent the last couple of rounds expanding towards outside, and now they've done so well with Brolin getting a kill outside, with the spots coming, Headtrick getting opening frags. Now they could actually clamp down the idea of shutting down their upper problem, and suddenly it feels like the confidence is back in NiP's hands. Numbers aside here, I think they'll be quite happy with themselves to see their adaptations paying off, and now it's the ball in Spirit's court to figure out what to try to do next. Because it's got to feel uncomfortable, the fact that, yeah, they can get those secret cross down. If they don't close those rounds out with those two big advantages, well then, do they want to keep going outside, or do they have a new approach for it? If not, ramp is still an unexplored option. Not really seeing any kind of full commitments upstairs, though, anymore. One thing I feel like Spirit will use in a late round 3v3 type of situation, but in the 5v5, I think they've been beat up pretty bad so far.
Oh, Molly just finds enough space to pop. Looked like the smoke could have caught it. Flashed in just in case. Alexi's been in the corner. Config's been at the base of the stairs, so I would understand why Spirit are cautious here.
Yeah, they're cautious, but they're not. They also make the audible again.
Ooh, this could get weird. Oh, Brolin, one more bullet, and Magix just gets taken out of the deep corner, and then Wonderful allows that exit. Headtrick was also looking to get into the fight. We had 3 attackers here from NiP, just trying to pop into lobby at different timings from different angles.
I think NiP have the perfect read on this, right? They see outside, they entertain it, but they're not worried as much about it. And it looks like a fake from Spirit where they're just trying to pull those rotations downstairs. But look at the CTs, all in great spots to deal with the upstairs hit.
Then Brolin, top hut, adds another to the tally here, and it feels like Spirit are maybe getting a little stringy.
Yeah.
I've seen no trade frags, I've seen nothing but individual deaths, individual gunfights, and Siren pushed to the 1v4. These kills the mini player, knows that Brolin was up top and hasn't heard him move. So we should be on high alert for this one. Oh, nice snap up, and still takes minimal amounts of damage for that. Because of the blue box, the wallbang keeps him above 50. He taps once. Ooh, woof, gets more on Alexi. Could have been a phenomenal clutch. Props to Siren for getting halfway through. Seeing as Siren is, I think, this like last addition to the team. We know what Patsy can do. We know what Wonderful can do. We know what Chopper can do. And Siren kind of sits lower down that list alongside Chopper. So don't sleep on him. He is surrounded by talent, but in this case, no 1v4.
Yeah, they failed to punish in the situation, to stay really, really fluid. And the CP spots are all just better. I mean, they lock down the most important part of the map here while watching upstairs, and also that squeaky. Oh, timing. Oh my god, the rush upstairs. They're already out.
Fast. Rez from heaven, and it's all good. It's incredibly fast in two ways. Exiting and you can go ahead and leave, wonderful. But you're not getting back this round. So NiP CT side really starting to come together.
Yeah, I think stringy is a really good word for what we've seen from Spirit, as you pointed out. It is starting to look like their playbook is running thin here on T side. Things were looking good when they were able to cause chaos, which is definitely their mantra. But now that they aren't, first of all, they can go with the outside crosses and get lower, but without the kills to pair with them, it doesn't feel like enough. And NiP are just slowly getting more and more comfortable with all of the chaotic situations that Spirit are trying to throw at them. So now full buy here between both teams. Spirit will go again. And even from my perspective, based on what we've seen, it's kind of hard to tell what they want to try to do. But it's certainly hard to turn down getting someone into Secret if you can do it for free, no matter what else you do. This is what Electronic used to do on Navi every round, no matter what. Oh, tries to shut it down, but that's a kill.
Not just the kill, a potential cross. That's what they wanted, some secret play. Head trick about to get tested here on ramp.
Oh, man. Looks like they might be reading into this correctly. Again, double up on ramp. Now, normally you would cross someone's secret to combine with a ramp hit, but since they killed that guy, okay. They walk it back. 3 players very low, but still 3v5. Alexi can call the damage. Head trick, I think he wishes he had a rifle in this spot.
Sure.
But he makes a committed rotation upstairs just in time. And he might be hard to dislodge from here.
Lexi B could go huge.
Good rotations here from NiP.
Him versus Siren for the first one. And that's clean enough to continue to tear them up. And
35 seconds.
Tough spot now.
Oh, and Hendrix inside a hut.
Which gives him an excellent fallback, which lets him post back up and already wary of Mini. But at 25 seconds, what's the play? Chopper, he's going to start sprinting down to the B site. The bomb is currently on Wonderful, and he's looking to entry in from ramp where there is no resistance. Rez is going to have his hands full, and Chopper gets the headshot. Rez now, chance to stop bomb, but he's got to be careful because there's another player here, low HP, and so he just pushes aside Magics. It needs to be a commitment on the plant. Alexi on the other side of this.
Oh, he got him.
Rez, nice and clean.
What a clip off. Well done
NiP.
from Rez. Yeah, and like you said, Chopper found the one way they could try to win the round, which was very cool to watch.
Good calling.
They organized around that, absolutely. But outside of that, ultimately, NiP did everything right in this round. You got to appreciate the rotations. They just survived a 3v5. I love the way that Headtrick's playing the map at the moment. Whenever you see an upper get out of heaven onto the upper site, that is not a small move to make. You really reduce your options by not allowing yourself to see outside, not allowing yourself to get to ramp very quickly, play inside of hell. And so sometimes that can be a death sentence for your team, but it was exactly what they needed him to do. And then he got into the lobby as well.
Real quick, Patsy falls down. Oh, Brolin turns the AUG on him. Okay, fast reaction.
Oh, I think they needed to keep spamming that. He was in a spot where he could have got spammed to death.
No resistance here, no rotation downstairs either.
Yeah, this is a finally somewhat silent outside cross, even though they use their smokes, they finally walk it. The CTs haven't moved at all, but I think they're playing 2 inside of ramp. And we're getting into the late round. We have no smokes again for Team Spirit. But if the CTs don't move at all, they might be getting into the site before it's safe to get in there from the ramp. Okay, now they're moving in. But look how dangerous it is for Alexi.
Could and should have already been dead. Nice peek out from Wonderful. That's just going to leave NiP completely pushed out of this bomb site. Headtrick will be lucky to survive at this point.
Yeah, they didn't really play their numbers advantage right there. Coming into the final 2 rounds, Headtrick will grab one, but we're already in a saving position. And again, what I'm talking about is Alexi getting into that spot, like realizing it's lower. But at that point of the round, it was 5v4. They had no more fights outside. Config could have called a smoke cross. There's some info that somebody had crossed, even though Spirit for once didn't make any noise, and they didn't have any other utility. They didn't have a smoke for ramp in that spot again, so could have had a very powerful setup in a 5v4 with a rifler getting committed. I think NiP kind of threw that one away.
First kill, of course, Brolin. Probably gave NiP hope that they were going to stop another one, just by nature of shutting down the fast play quick.
Got to give credit to Spirit, though. They are finding the gaps.
Final round of the half here. Team Spirit, great start to the T side. NiP, good adaptations, shutting down the secret play, making sure Outer was constantly pressured. Give Spirit another chance to slip one through on this T half, and they'll be proud of what they've accomplished. Deep T smoke. Ambitious with the dual Berettas. That's not going to stop Patsy from going through, but Brolin will then stuff him once he gets into Mini. Same clash between Brolin and Patsy. Different positioning. And now Config to be tested over here towards the ramp. A little pop-up, but he's not alone. It's Alexi, that secondary op out of NiP.
Well, they would have loved that kill.
They were hoping for it.
Yeah, things become more complicated now from Spirit, but Magix is in a good spot. Oh, no, actually, we've got one Mustang. This is a nice counter to this position. So, but Rez is worried about outside as well, so there's a chance he gets overstressed and looks in the wrong direction.
Deep peek again. Brolin gonna catch a player in the corner. Excellent half from him now, 15-9. Flash for the re-aggression. We've got a bounce back. Wonderful Siren, nearly dead, but at least they are still kicking.
Yeah, eyes on Rez again.
Double ops still within this play.
Also sort of watching for the vent drop. It's not out of the question here for Team Spirit.
But there could be a peek at the close blue box. They pop out. Oh, they clear Rez. They get past Alexi's angle. He peeks out from heaven. Easy cleanup there, V-Siren, but it's a wonderful chance at a clutch. And Head Trick ready to come up that vent. Wonderful to the back of the site. It's safe. He has to commit. And Head Trick gonna burn him into the open. That Molotov, it's not gonna find him. Just a little bit of health. And Head Trick's looking for it with that AWP, so unconfirmed damage. He's going to the top of hut. If he misses this first shot, oh, he doesn't react. Wonderful must not have seen it. And Head Trick will capitalize. One shot, one chance, and one last round for NiP to take away. A 3-round lead before their T side starts. Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2023. It's not even group stage yet. We're just talking play-in, and we already get the treat that is Spirit versus NiP here on the B stream. Scrawny, Launders, Ninjas, Spirit, all coming at you quick and fast. And that's what Spirit did out the gate, I think, Mo. Things have turned down a notch or two. NiP still, very competent defensive half. But now we've got to see what they can offer us on the offense. Whether or not that 3-round lead can be maintained. And they are going to go fast. Straight out the hut, hit by a nade. And gets still in with kills. Head trick, nice double headshot. It's a man advantage for NiP. And a smoke towards main. So all looking good.
That was nice, man. The trades in from head trick were extraordinary. Made good space with them. And I leave that half thinking good thoughts about NiP. I think their CT side at first, I was a little bit doubtful. I was thinking, oh, Spirit are getting a little bit too much off these really rambunctious rounds, but they were able to slow this crazy team down and start to win off of what looked like just good positioning and rotations.
Ooh, Alexi lurking. Creepy crawly outside, gets another headshot. Ninjas starting T side with a pistol win. Excellent. Really just kind of mirrors the success of Spirit's early success too.
Yes.
Success.
Of course, we're talking about success. Very successful success coming out of that first half. This is Spirit's map pick. And the desk was kind of unanimous on the idea that this was just a great veto for Spirit overall. But if Nuke doesn't go well, then I think this is wide open. But I kind of felt the same way. I think I would pick Spirit coming into the series, but so far so great, honestly, for NiP.
And I would say just like a rebound from NiP as well, right? Both these teams played Nuke to start their day. And, oh, good damage. Chopper on an ump. Ooh, love the off angle. Config wanted to clear the close corner. Met the ump instead. Rez clears out Magix, so at least able to push it back. But when I saw the rumblings of an upset happening between MIBR and NiP, I thought maybe they were going to have a rough day. Head trick, he's kicked it up a notch. Alexi B has taken on responsibility. Rolling within that A site on CT side also impressed me.
I think it's fair to say that Alexi overall as an individual has been really good. I mean, I think for his stature as an IGL, he does have take over the maps every once in a while, but his overall consistency is not good, of course, compared to his other riflers. And as an IGL, he always has that excuse. But I feel like recently, I think he has been doing a lot on an individual level. Kept him afloat in a couple of big maps across the blast groups.
If he can kind of continue to give us this performance every once in a while, and then Rez will also maybe hopefully find his groove too, because Rez has been hot and cold lately. I feel like just last week, some maps just dominating, and then fall into the next one, and we're talking like 0.8 ratings. So Rez absolutely has it in him, and I think going back to the rifle is going to be a really nice kind of like unchaining him. It's just a matter of finding that groove again. Obviously finding Config's role and slot as well. There's still moving pieces on this Ninjas project, but it's just nice to see that the makings of a good team, the makings of a playoffs contender is absolutely here on a good day. And it looks like today is a better day as it's gone on. Looking to just clear away pistols at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely already getting a little bit hairy here for Team Spirit. Looking for any damage they can get.
Zeus. Magic's a little troll.
He's a funny man. Pretends to be serious all the time. Well, Antico paying off already. Scout down, in view. They're getting Lurkoff outside, ready to go for a full upper hit. Let's see how much order they have. Well, there's one for free. Another one spotted.
Yep. So any hut push should be on high alert. And Rez has got it. Nice and easy. Head trick clears backside. All good. As it should be. Get rid of those pistols quick.
When we look at the scorelines here, and it's just a team that doesn't need config yet, which is very interesting. you know, they can give him time to try to get comfortable. Saw him bringing in some good ideas in that first half, even though the kills weren't always there. I feel like he was playing relatively selflessly with how fast he moved into positions, but still 7-14, and as a team are just kind of making up for it. Okay. Magic has to make the read here. Which choke point does he get closer to? 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Config gets away with murder. His 8th of the map. And I think people would have had like a renewed confidence in Ninjas because Config was the stand-in, right? We go back last week, he's meant to be the stand-in for FaZe. And I feel like a lot of people were really disappointed when they didn't get to see FaZe Config. The Ninjas jumping on the chance to utilize him as Hampus takes a step away. And it felt like Ninjas now were just getting that next level of firepower, but it does still come down to Config also finding that impact. So far, it's just not there.
I like that even when he doesn't have a lot of kills, he still plays for the round. I think that's one thing we can all say about Config, that he's not the guy who's taking space away from someone else most of the time. And he's very happy to take opening duels as well, which is always a benefit when you bring in someone new. We saw JKS come in for FaZe at the beginning of last year at Kato, win the event, and he was doing it as an entry fragger. That was kind of cool to see. Config doing that for Heroic at the World Final.
Already making it down secret.
It's a very slim buy though for Spirit. They have to be so careful here, not just about the way like winning and losing this round, but if they're losing, saving. Oh man, that's too clean. That is way too clean from Alexi. 17-8 right now, with a tempo outside and not again no op, or sorry, an op, but not a lot of utility to slow this down. Alexi gets above quickly. Is he reading this rotation correctly? We'll see how Magix approaches this.
Not the right way.
Yeah, he's showing an interest outside, and Alexi's waiting for the chance.
Oh, this is such a greasy spot.
No info is still info, right? Because in this position, Tees can cross. Oh my God. Whoa, Chopper jumps up right in front of him. They're looking for Alexi, but they can't find him, and it looks like Alexi is going to have one gifted.
Easy first one. Shoots Chopper through the feet. Magix in a good spot to trade that back, but the fact Alexi gets back around the corner means he's such a nuisance.
Oh my God.
A second chance, but Magic's going to make sure that doesn't go their way. However, excellent distraction. You had half of the remaining players from Team Spirit so preoccupied with just hunting Alexi that everybody else from NiP crossed unspotted.
24 seconds, they slowed themselves down by Molly in control, but now they can establish grenades. Wonderful. How is he going to find a way to have impact here?
With that smoke, with that Molly, there's no way for him to get in. That B site's completely compromised, sinking into the favor of NiP. No challenge on the plant, and they save.
It's all about Alexi right there. They spent so much time looking for him that NiP could make a completely silent cross outside. There was no way for Team Spirit to get info because Alexi knew that no one was spotting that cross, holding for any rifler who's decided to strafe out sideways towards spawn, and then got another kill on Chopper, and that was just the final nail. If there's anybody who's going to make that move first, corroborate the info first, or tell his teammates to get in position for a lower hit, it's going to be Chopper.
Wow. Round-winning move from Alexi B.
And it's cool that he wins it off a very honest duel outside as well.
Sure, yeah. Clean first kill versus Patsy.
Not an easy guy to kill. Patsy not here yet today.
The Finnish icebreaker. Takes a dip in the back line of Spirit. No chance at the recovery. And it looked like he'd almost even finagled a way to get that kill on Magix, right? Coming back underneath, just using the corner of the wall.
Yep.
Sick camera angle here.
Disengage into this. Magix can barely see anything. If Alexi has any more HP, it gets
dicey.
Maybe one step uglier. So, well, 13-6. Another buy comes in. Somehow better here for Spirit.
Fast ramp move. Oh! Magix. Og ready.
Oh, they're coming through. Oh, they're not. Okay. They thought about it. Actually would have been a chance.
They pull the plug.
Very nice stoppage here from Magix. It's a brand new round for NiP, but now one player down and no map control outside. This is where you start to get paranoid. Did they push? Are they playing aggressively? How much time do we have to make the same move again?
Nade out and just letting Wonderful make the contact.
Any flash that pops right here. This could be a huge value grenade. See if they walk it.
Rez at the forefront. Grenade goes in. Oof, immense damage versus Alexi V. With fire at his feet as well. But 45 to the clock. Roland burned back from the corner. Hut player on high alert. Nice angle here from Magix. That's going to catch him off guard. Trade potential, but not taken away. Magix given an escape route. 30 seconds now. And NiP feeling the pressure from this constant prodding out of Magix. Bun's flash. Chopper loses his angle. Magic's gonna pick up another kill. I mean, just stopping them at every point on this attempt to get down into the B site. Head trick distracted by him. Bomb offered onto the control panel. Solid round for Spirit by way of Boris.
Yes, it was a positional masterclass from him with that AUG. First, he stopped the rush. Then when they came to him, he dropped a grenade right at their feet. Then he got a kill and fell back. And then he got into the best spot and lower, and the entire time was delaying. Just like that previous round was about Alexi V, this one was all about Magix. Every fight he had an advantage. That's a ramp player you want.
Calculated departure as well, right? Ooh, but Alexi V back in with impact.
Stake there for Chopper. I think they really wanted that smoke to land on the molly, so it plumes right away. But instead, NiP putting Spirit in a very compromised spot. Patsy's at risk here, even though if they walk across this rotation, it's dangerous. But it's Team Spirit who are a player down. Oh, he's pushing. Okay, this might be the move.
Sees the players in the back line. Config gets the recovery. Felt like if Config got peak point blank, he was done for. Config not only saves Rez from dying.
He just felt so uncomfortable, and there was no op to help him.
We see NiP jump on top of that chance. Magic's trying to get ahead of this, but the thing is that they're already downstairs.
Yeah, they ran it.
They didn't waste a moment, and now Wonderful, 8 and 12 so far on the map. Last time he was here trying to do anything, he was pressured by Util on both sides of the ramp entry. And yet again, it looks likely Roland hunting from above, but Magic's very quick rotate. We just saw him over towards Garage, comes into the ramp room, saves Wonderful from getting blasted out by Brolin. And NiP, despite having numbers advantage, are still just slowly working into this site. They're planting in the back of it. Nice clean kill from Siren. Doubles down. Alexi B dropped off of it, but here comes Rez. Low health. Siren's got another, and we're into the clutch. Config looking for his impact in this map, and this would be the perfect time to do it, to keep that round count doubled over Spirit. But it's versus Magix. And he goes ahead to tap that bomb. Config doesn't bite down.
We have a smoke down or not?
I don't know.
Oh, no tap.
There it is. And Config can just take a quick little peek.
Oh, he took the farther angle away.
Flash for the next one. Magic's going for the wide swing. Time is of the essence. And even though Config can't get his kill, he at least pulled him off that bomb.
Wow. They do that for 14 rounds. And NiP, man, they even though they got Brolin taken out on that round, they get that slow walk downstairs. They get the kill carefully outside with the help of Config, of course, up in the front. As unfortunately, I think, that spray from Patsy, where he's just such a heavy rifler for this team, to drop a kill like that makes a difference between a win and a loss. We look how close he gets at the end, and there's just simply not enough material to win that round in the post plant. Even though it could have been a very possible retake once this kill came in, once Siren got his 2K, they were definitely in business.
Alexi again. Right behind the vent, getting tagged, ducking beneath those bullets. More of them coming his way.
This puts pressure on top hut. Scares the CTs into thinking about this spot here. Oh, the opper down.
He is sharp at the moment. Chopper's gonna get the counter pick. Config finds kills outside. Patsy still, getting bullied this map. At this point, on the brink of the win going the way NiP, you've got Patsy meant to be your star rifler at 7 and 18.
Absolutely, and he's been playing outside.
And Wonderful, meant to be your star opper, is 8 and 14. So you're not getting the impact from the pieces you're meant to. Stars not shining so bright.
NiP operating at a very high level here, whether it's individual. I mean, Alexi is top fragging for the roster right now, but also moving as a unit. Ooh, no information exchange there inside of Squeaky. And the round is still live here for Spirit, even though it's looking better and better for NiP.
Always to prevent anybody from peeking ramp.
Rotations are just so laggy.
As they start to move, they meet Brolin. Shots come out from outdoors, so now Brolin piecing together this picture. Siren's gonna make sure that he can't back up for free, so that one catches Brolin off guard and could be the saving grace to Spirit, but they're still so far behind, so far away from even getting close to this rotate that surely they have to let this one slide, and that's gonna be an NiP 8 map points on Spirit's pick.
Didn't expect this, but in both halves now, I'm comfortable saying NiP are the better team. That first half looked a lot more competitive. Spirit put up some good rounds, but still, it was only 6. They didn't win the second pistol. They haven't shown us much, even though they've had a number of rifle rounds now. And I think it's the 5v4s that are standing out the most. When it comes to the outside plays, again, Alexi more than a couple of times now. It's just won a duel versus Patsy, for example. And your outside rifler, you know, that's your Nico, that's your electronic. Like, these are some serious stars that play outside with a rifle. And Patsy is normally good for a very strong game on Nuke outside, but not today. This is a very scary NiP, very impressive.
One that I didn't think we were going to get after their opening map. But let that just be the nature of best of ones, I guess. Maybe MIBR stock higher than expected. Lackluster nades. NiP and no rush. I just see a smoke and spawn. Yeah, okay.
Oh, uh-oh.
Just making sure. Wall gets put in position. Wonderful, not able to go for that red peak. Chopper smoked off and just missed the timing by a second. I feel like Config's gonna see that as an invite. You shoot from behind blue, I'll come find you. I'll hunt you down. That's the Config mantra. He's got Alexi with him as well, but Alexi... Oh! Oh my god, we changed perspective. It looks like Alexi's about to be blindsided, and instead, he just turns, wrecks the guy inside of Mini. Config catches the kill up in heaven, and then Magix again trying to recover this.
If they move too fast, this can get weird for them. Magix, he's finding a good spot to play. Oh, but now he's losing.
And Alexi doesn't need to take that fight, because Brolin is meant to win it. There's a chance here for Siren. Wonderful. Patsy, they may be quiet, but Siren, he's at least put up some impact. We've got a vent player trying to pop up with the op, but bested by Head Trick. And just like that, we find Magix 30 HP 1v2. A stellar performance out of Alexi B. 21 kills to his name. Consistent impact no matter his position, no matter the half. Head Trick, op dominance over top of Wonderful. Brolin, impactful kills when they were needed. And then Resin Config can still piece this one together. A shocking result, I'd say. This one meant to be close, and instead, it's a blowout to the Ninjas.